Jim, how do you reflect on that 90 minutes?
Extremely disappointing, obviously. We came here with every intention to try and win the game and to take all 3 points. We certainly didn't underestimate the opposition in the build-up to the game. The boys were well prepared. I explained to them about the feel-good factor about this place off the back of a very positive campaign for Spartans last season with gaining promotion. So, we knew it was going to be a tough fixture. There are no easy games in this competition, regardless of the level of the opposition. Here on the tight Astro pitch, we knew it was going to be a challenge. I think the bit where we let ourselves down was the start of the game, the first 10-15 minutes, where we were a little bit slow. Took us 10-15 minutes, I think, to really get going, and I think it's hard to put your finger on why that happens, but we didn't cope well enough with the direct balls up to Henderson and the midfield runners off him, and that is ultimately what led to Spartans getting their noses in front. And I think, whenever you're playing against lower league opposition, if you give them that goal advantage, then it gives them a real incentive to drop deep and to try and hang on to it. And I have to give them credit for the way that they defended at times. They got lots of bodies in the box. They dealt with a lot of the crosses that were coming in the box. And in that first 45 minutes, quite frankly, we didn't do enough in the forward areas. We didn't work the goalkeeper enough. We had 1 or 2 half chances the keeper makes a couple of easy saves from. Half time, we tried to encourage them just to up the tempo and the intensity to the game a little bit, and I thought for the second 45, I thought we were in control and dominating possession and getting into some good areas. We just lacked a little bit of quality at times. Sometimes the cross coming in the box wasn't quite good enough, or sometimes the pass was overhit or underhit. But look, it's very early days. It's the first game for a lot of those players competitively for Dundee United. The back line and the goalkeeper's the first time they've played together. So we're at the beginning of a project that is only going to get better as time goes. We had some really good opportunities in the second half to not just equalise, but to go and win the game. And disappointing, obviously, to miss the penalty, but no blame attached to Tony. I think it's a good save. I think he knows where he wants to put it. The keeper has read it and he's made a decent save. And I think we've had a couple of decent one-on-one opportunities again where the goalkeeper has done very well. So I've got to give credit to them as well. But ultimately we're extremely disappointed, and we can understand the fans' frustration at the end of the game.
You mentioned that lack of quality in the penalty box, but you've been quite clear in the fact that you are looking to strengthen in the forward areas going into the next couple of games.
Yeah, listen, I think we've got some very good talented players within the group. It's the first competitive game of the season. The team have only been back training for 4 weeks. We've got 5 new faces in there who are all still trying to get an understanding of each other. So we've bombarded them with information over the last month to try and make them understand what we're asking them to do. And in fairness to the players, as much as we're all aware of the disappointment from the supporters at the end of the game, I don't think anybody could look at them and say that there was a lack of effort or a lack of desire or commitment. There was a lack of quality at times, and we hold our hands up for that. But it's a very disappointing start to the campaign. We wanted to start on a more positive note, of course we did. But the beauty of this competition is that you can sometimes afford one poor result as long as you can go and win the next 3. And 9 points sometimes in this competition has been enough to go and win a group, and sometimes it's been enough to get you through to the next round as one of the better runners up. So that's got to be our focus. We have to pick ourselves up and we have to go again.
Also gave us a chance to use 16 of the players, and that shows that there is competition for places, but also a lot of them are quite young, so there's a pathway for those academy players.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're the academy here at Dundee United has always been very successful, and we have to continue to try and bring through the best of the next crop that's coming forward. And we managed to get some minutes for the likes of Miller Thompson and Rory McLeod. Archie Meekison I thought was excellent, throughout the game. Wee Cudge I thought was very positive at times, but you're going to get mistakes with younger players at times, and one thing I like about them is that they've got that desire and that attitude, and they give everything on every occasion. Sometimes it doesn't quite work out the way you want it to do, but I think we've got a good blend within the squad, but we are a little bit light at the top end. I've spoken about that in recent weeks, and it is something that myself and the chief executive are working tirelessly on to try and make sure we bring in that that other striker that's going to help the forward line get goals.
3 days until our next game, and I guess that's probably a positive because it gives us a chance to put this behind us very quickly.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, look, the boys will be, the boys will be raring to go on Tuesday. They're all extremely disappointed in there. They didn't want that to be, their first performance of the season in front of a brilliant travelling support. And we're really disappointed that we've let those guys down. But at home at Tannadice on the big grass pitch there, the guys will be looking forward to it, and we'll make sure that we learn from the goal that we conceded here today, and make sure that kind of thing doesn't happen again.